Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Ask an Autism Mom Live. I'm Jen Eggert from LAKIKID.com, and I'm here every Monday live on Facebook to share tips, meet other parents, share insights, and learn tips. On today's show, we're actually sitting down with Marni, who is from a program called AFK Mentorship. This program pairs high school students, grades 10 and above, with other students that have different abilities. If you know someone who would be interested in today's show, please share on your timeline now or tag them in the comments below. You all know your sharing, your commenting, your likes, your love, all of your support means so much to us. And I know it means a lot to Marni and her group. They do amazing things. I cannot wait for you guys to get to know them more. You're going to love this program and what they stand for. So I want to welcome those of you watching live on Facebook or listening to the podcast on iTunes or YouTube. If you want to get alerts to join us live or ask questions live, go to LAKIKID.com/live. So welcome viewers. Jamie, I see Jason's here today. Jason doesn't always make it on, but I know he likes to try when we have different guests, especially special guests. This one is one that Jason and I have been excited about for some time now since he told me about it. So if you're just joining us, you're listening to Ask an Autism Mom live with Jen Eggert. And today I'm talking to Marni from AFK Mentorship. And we are going to discuss everything youth mentorship. But before we go on with today's topic, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor. Our sponsor, of course, is LAKIKID.com, where you can get quality sensory products for your special needs child. This is one of our favorites. It's the Wiggle Seats. It's got porcupine bumps on top, soft nodules on the bottom. You can inflate it as much or as little as you want for that deeper sensory input. Now, I have some exciting news. I was just announced this morning. Jason is doing for this week only, again, for this week only, 25% off of all active seating. To get that sale, visit LAKIKID.com/sales, SALES. Again, that's 25% off all of our active seating. The new ball pit chairs, the fidget bands, the wiggle seats. Check it out, folks. I know some of our favorite products are included in this sale. I also just want to kind of show off what I did today. You all know how much I love someone with autism stickers. I decided to put one on my Yeti cup, or Arctic cup, sorry. I was just told by my sick daughter that I am doing that to her cup after the show. So, Marni, welcome to the show. I can't wait to talk to you.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Now, first, I know I told you I'd start with the questions, but I really want to bring that poster you have behind your head out, because that stands for so much of what your program means. So do you want to tell people what that poster behind you says?
Sure. It says, be a buddy, not a bully. And so our program is based on being inclusive and accepting everybody. And so many of the kids in our program have been marginalized, have been bullied at school, really excluded. And so we, throughout all of the program, really focus on this concept of being a buddy, being friendly. And that's really what the program's based on is friendship. And these young mentors come in and offer their friendship to these kids. And we really have found that it works.
Now, I'm just going to explain a little bit about what AFK is and what they do. AFK works to enhance the lives of children with special needs by pairing them with a high school athlete to mentor them. It also gives the parents an amazing opportunity to have a friend that their child can count on. We all know our kids, so many of our kids, my daughter included, just want a friend. They just want that person that says, I care about you. You mean something to me. You all know we built this community because we care. We didn't want anyone to feel the way Jason and I felt, which was alone and lonely. And this program is based on so many of the same thought processes that these children don't deserve to be alone. These parents don't need to be alone. They need to feel the love and support of this community. So I really love that. Now, they believe that by modeling acceptance, inclusion, and respect of all individuals, it transforms and strengthens our communities. Now, their success rate, listen to these numbers, folks. Over 93% of the mentored children showed improvement in at least one of the following areas: confidence, self-esteem, social skills, happiness, and attitude towards schools. Now, Marni, I bet you can probably tell me that most of your children see improvement in more than just one of these areas.
Oh, absolutely. I would say social skills and self-esteem are probably the most prevalent that we hear back from. But in general, we offer these surveys twice a year where we ask parents for that feedback, and they choose multiple options when doing that, and they see sort of an overall uptick in a lot of different areas for the kid, for their child.
Perfect. And hi, everybody. Sorry I didn't get to say hi to you yet. Jason, of course, hello. Jamie, Shannon, hi from Las Vegas. Ooh, I wish it's nice and warm there, I hope. Jason agrees, be a buddy, not a bully is an amazing phrase I wish every student would like to know. Jack Eggert, please learn how to spell hello before you type it. Mom will get on you. Sorry, that is my teenager. And athletes, AFK stands for Athletes for Kids, yes. Now, these are teenage athletes that they use, but the child does not have to have an athletic background. And I'll explain and get Marni to explain more about that in one moment. Now, Marni, do you want to explain more about who your mentors are and how you select them?
Absolutely. So mentors in our program are sophomores or juniors in high school. In order to be part of our program, not only do they have to apply, but they go through a very rigorous interview, provide 3 letters of reference, and must play a sport at their high school or in the community. After they come into the program, we initially have a 4-hour training. And then monthly, we meet, myself and my mentorship coordinator meet with the mentors at their local high school to offer training topics, provide support, and just share ideas with other mentors, and as I said, offer some support.
Now, are your mentors trained in how to deal with, say, their child starts breaking down into a meltdown? Do you give them the skills to learn how to help with that?
We do, but I would tell you the one thing that we really stress is that the mentor has a relationship with their buddy's parents as well. Those parents know their child the best. And so before a mentor even walks into a home with their buddy, they meet with the parent alone first so that they can really learn, and they always are asking for feedback so that the parents can share. We also, as a group, will go through training topics, communication strategies with nonverbal children, how to work with your buddy when they just plain don't want to do anything, or perhaps they're having a tough time. So we have constant training on that. And then, as I said, we really ask the mentors to reach out to their buddies' parents as well, because they really can offer the best tips and the best feedback.
Perfect. Now, I know I mentioned briefly that the child does not have to be athletic. What kinds of things do you find your buddies do a lot together?
What we love to say is, for our mentors will also report back to us, it's their opportunity once a week to be a kid again. We hear everything from building Legos, Nerf gun wars, baking cookies, playing board games, going to the park, riding a scooter. they just have a great time doing kid things and really have fun doing it. And for the mentors, it often is the best for them. It's their 1 hour a week or 2 hours a week where they can just let go of all their stress and be a kid again and have fun doing things that they did when they grew up or growing up.
That's amazing. Now, why did this program start, and what was its original idea base?
Sure. So we started in Sammamish, Washington. There was a family 16 years ago who had a young boy who had a pretty quirky and apparent disability. And what I mean by that is that many of the kids in the neighborhood were starting to realize he was different. They wouldn't play with him. They were teasing him. They were bullying him. He was isolated. Mom and dad had tried therapy. They had tried going to any sort of outside support, and it really had not found anything that worked. And so on a whim, dad went up to the local high school, stopped by the football team, which at the time was a state winning football team, and just said to the coach, do you have anybody that'll spend time with my son? And he said, I do. I have a young man here who will love to come over and hang out. And this man was named Simi Reynolds. He was the star running back at the time. And Simi started to go to this young man's house, and they'd be out in the cul-de-sac playing or taking a walk. And the other kids started to say, hey, hey, can we play? And Simi said, you can only play if you play with my friend as well. And immediately that young man started to feel accepted, started to know that he had a friend that was coming over on a consistent basis. And dad and mom realized we have a model that works, and went back to the high school and they recruited 3 more athletes. And it started there in 2002 with four athletes. And today that chapter has over 44 alone just in that high school. So the word has spread, and it's really taken off so that we now have 11 high school chapters on the east side here in Washington.
Wow. Now, I know currently you only service a certain area. What area do you currently work with?
So we're in Washington State on the east side. So we're about 20 to 25 miles outside of Seattle. And we have high schools that range anywhere down from Mercer Island area all the way up through Bothell. And we're slowly growing. That is our obviously our opportunity and what we'd like to be doing. We'd love to be statewide. We'd love to be nationwide one day. So small now, just our 11 chapters, but the sky's the limit. We hope to really continue to grow.
Now, Gretchen, I see you have a question, and I'll answer it right now instead of waiting till the end. No, they are not national at this point. That is her dream someday, but we all know dreams take a lot of time to push and to work on. I am going to look up this week and see if I can find any information on similar programs across the country. And if I do find any programs across the country similar to AFK, don't worry, I will post that in group. Now, Marni, what are the ages of the children that are included in this program?
So children in the program must be in at least first grade, and then they can stay all the way through seniors in high school. So that range of about 6 or so all the way up. We actually have some buddies currently that are 18 and seniors in high school that are also being mentored. So that school age range from 1st through 12th grade.
Now, this is something I didn't ask, but it just came to me now. Say I put my child in when she's in first grade, as she is now. Her high school buddy is a 10th grader.
Right.
When her high school buddy graduates, does she get a new high school buddy?
Absolutely. We actually have one young girl in the program who started at first grade. She's now on her 4th mentor. So families can always reapply again, and many do.
Now, do you have any special events? And if so, what type of events do you hold, and who is welcome to attend these events?
Great question. We offer events once a month for parents and mentors and buddies and siblings, other family members, community members. They're allowed to come and just have an opportunity in a safe and inclusive environment to just hang out and do different things. So for example, I have a picture here. One of the things that we often do is we will reserve space in a library, and mentors and buddies come and they play board games, they play bingo, they build with Legos. We usually have a snack. We also do things, many of our local high schools, one in particular where we started, we have an event yearly where the football team comes out and all of the kids get to come and whether they want to do non-sport related activities, we have Legos and games on the side, but a lot of the kids, even though they're not interested in sports, love the idea. They get to put on a jersey, they get to go do some of the drills. So we offer something once a month, and it really is a great way for mentors and buddies to meet one another, to socialize, and also for the parents as well. Many of them either meet with one another and make a connection, or they get that hour and a half just to go get a cup of coffee and get a little respite, which is certainly well-deserved and needed.
Now, I know a lot of parents are going to ask this. Do you allow therapists and ABA therapists to work with your buddy teams to benefit your student the best?
We absolutely encourage that. I have several mentors that have spent time when they go over to their buddy's house. The ABA therapist is there. And this is fantastic because it really allows the mentor an opportunity to see firsthand the best way to work with the buddy. Oftentimes I've had a couple of events where some of the buddies have come with a therapist with them. And again, we're just looking any resource to support the mentor, to offer different ways that they can interact and be with their buddy is highly encouraged. And we definitely look and encourage the families to do that.
Now, you just briefly brought it up, but you really push for a team atmosphere in this program, do you not?
Absolutely. When we do our training with our mentors, we say the mentors have a team, which is their chapter meeting, and as well as anybody here on the Athletes for Kids staff. And we also talk about the buddies team, their schoolmates, their classmates, their doctors, their therapists, and we all work together to, create that vision that we talk about, which is a community where everybody is celebrated and accepted.
Now, can you share one of your examples of one of your buddies with us?
Absolutely. And one of the things I would highly encourage anybody to go to our website. At the end of the week, we're starting a new website where we're going to be featuring our impact stories, because we talk a lot about each month we will feature a mentor buddy story where we've really seen some growth. We have a young gal who named Lauren, who has been working with her buddy now for over 2 years. When Lauren and her buddy first started meeting, it was sort of siloed. They didn't do a lot of different things. The buddy was very set on exactly what she liked to do. But through the time that they've spent together, the trust that's been developed, this young girl now feels safe and accepted and willing to do different things. And that's really something we push a lot, is these mentors come in and help these children to sort of get out of their comfort zone. Many of our children are so siloed in what they do, and I only want to do this. And that's the story I love to hear, which is, oh my gosh, I got my buddy today. We got off, lining up cars for 30 minutes to I got him to go outside, and we went and took a walk, or we actually baked something, or we tried a board game that he's never tried before. And that's really a success story for us, because we want the kids to feel empowered and feel like they can do different things.
That's amazing. Now, I'm going to open it up for questions. I've seen a couple of questions come through. Let me go through. If you know of a program in your area that does something similar, please, please, please post it in our parent support group. Post it in the comment section here. PM me with it. We want to know. We want to see how many of these programs exist, and we want every child to have someone who loves them and who cares about them. And I know Marni hates the fact that she's so limited, but she really wants every child to feel that love that she is able to witness every day.
Absolutely.
So we have Melissa. I was wondering about you and where you've been. I hope you're okay. You haven't been around lately. Gretchen, unfortunately, we do not know of any national programs. Any programs that we do find out about, we will post in our group. Don't worry, I will start looking into this more today. And yes, Melissa, starting it in different states would be amazing.
Absolutely.
Now, Shannon, you're talking about one in Nevada. Can you please send me the information, or Jason, or share it somewhere that we can see it? Now, Edith, unfortunately, your child does fall in the age range, but Virginia is not a state currently in their scope right now. Gretchen, I have not heard of anything in Chicago, but I will look for you. As Jason said, unfortunately, their program is currently only available in Washington State, but you can learn more on their website, https athletesforkids.org/. We will have that link available for you. Don't worry. Shannon, if you do find out the program name, please let me know. Melissa, I'm so sorry. It's been a hard couple of weeks. Trust me, I have 2 sick kids home today, so I get it. Hi, Chris. Welcome today. Now, as we're wrapping up the show, I want to focus on a couple of important things that Marni said. Marni's biggest takeaway from this, I think, is we need more buddies in this world, not bullies. If you grew up in the era I grew up in, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was huge. And Mr. Rogers always had a saying, be a good neighbor. And he also said, in times of pain, look for the helpers. So this program really does that. They pair these children who are emotionally withdrawn with a friend, with a helper to bring them through this difficult time and show them that someone cares. Marni, I bet a lot of your students are bullied, and the bullying kind of cuts back as the mentorship goes on.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole goal is that spreading of kindness. We talk a lot about that with our mentors, and we hear stories all the time that the kids, at least for that time that they're spending with their mentor, have an opportunity to really feel what friendship is like. And oftentimes many of them, through the mentoring by their buddy, feel empowered enough to stand up for themselves or talk to somebody. We have mentors are really good at encouraging their buddy to talk to people at school if it's happening at school. So in general, it's just, that concept of kindness, which unfortunately lacks a lot today in some of what we hear in the news, and it's so important. And one thing just really quickly to mention that I think that it's important is the mentors in this program, they get so much out of this as well. And I can't tell you when they graduate how many of them will turn and say to me, this is a friend that I've made for life. Many of them decide to go into the field of special education. Many of them go on to other leadership opportunities because this time that they have spent is just so precious to them. And it really, really is empowering to see that. And that's what I think is so unique about the program too, is that it's dual. I will often have a mentor say, my buddies taught me way more than I ever could have taught them. And that gift is really, really special.
Now, I just want to say for the mentors, this is also a great opportunity for those college letters.
Yes.
Those letters that ask, what did you do in high school?
Absolutely.
Mentorship is leadership skills. They are learning these basic leadership skills.
And there's very rare that you can say these kids, when they come in and they are matched with the buddy, they meet with their buddy weekly for an hour and a half to 2 hours until they graduate. There are very few high schoolers that can graduate and say they did that on a consistent basis. And so it's my pleasure every year to really write some wonderful letters of recommendation for these young men and women because of the dedication and commitment that they've made to the program and their buddy.
Now, I didn't get to ask you this before, but I want to ask now. Does this program only run during the school year, or do you run in the summer as well?
Oh, great question. It is a year-round program. Many families, travel in the summer, and so oftentimes the visits in the summertime might be a bit more sporadic, but it definitely doesn't stop in June and restart in September. And we say that because friendships don't do that. They're year-round. They're continuous, and so is the mentorship.
Well, and so many of our autistic children can't handle stop, start.
Exactly. That having that schedule and knowing that they've got their mentor there every week is very, very important. So we really stress that.
And one thing I want to say, just reiterate a little bit more. You were saying that you actually have buddies that are now in college and still have contact with their friends.
They sure do. They absolutely do. They can keep that connection. I hear stories all the time. Mentors that come back to visit that go from college and stop by their buddy's house. We have a member on our board who's a former mentor who still is in contact with his buddy family. So these aren't friendships that end at upon graduation. For many of them, they're lifelong friendships.
And I want to say, I was doing a little bit of research when I was looking into this, and I actually was surprised to see, you'd think with the time constraints, spending extra time doing the training, doing the mentorship, that their grades would stay the same or slide. Actually realized in research that a lot of the mentors and the mentees, their grades actually improve because of everything they're doing.
Absolutely. For the children being mentored, they start to feel better about themselves, and oftentimes that translates into being, feeling better and more excited to go to school and that sort of thing. And then for the mentors, many of them who are in advanced classes and have that opportunity that they have scheduled in their week to spend with their buddy for that fun time translates itself into keeping up with their grades and succeeding in that front as well.
Perfect. Gretchen is saying that your older students and instructors would be great mentors. Oh, so Gretchen is tagging a friend to let them know about the program and see if maybe they can do something similar in their area.
Yeah.
Remember, folks, this program started with one parent who wanted to change the life of their child. It is not impossible. She told the story of the dad who went to the football team and said, "Could someone help my child?" So don't feel like we're stuck. I know I am actually considering reaching out to my son's high school and seeing if they can do something. Because these children, they excel. My son does something in high school called REACH. It is an after-school program where they get help with homework. They do special activities. And one of my favorite events that they do about every other month is they go to the elementary school and they read to their after-school daycare children. And my son says that the days he comes home from that, he is thrilled. He says that, he'll tell me stories. "Oh, I had this one today, and Riley, they know you, and they were your friend, and we're so excited. And he made me read this book about farts, and it was so funny." And so really look into it if you're interested. Talk to your schools. I know I am. I want to thank all of you for watching. I especially want to thank Marni for sitting down with us today and discussing this program. If you have any questions about this program, please leave them for me in a group. I will make sure that if there is a question for Marni, I will get it to her immediately and get her response. Her website is put up on the screen, so if you have any questions for her and are in the Washington area, you can ask her directly. She would be more than happy to help anyone from the Washington area find a buddy. Now, thanks for joining us. I'm Jen Eggert. Oh, before I said that, I wanted to remind you, because some of you missed it in the beginning, Jason is doing a 1-week only sale on our active seating. All active seating is 25% off this week alone. LAKIKID.com/sales to get 25% off any of our active seating. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Jen Eggert, and you can join me live every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern for more parenting tips. Remember, you can always join our parent support group at LAKIKID.com/group. And do not forget to check out our newer web page, LAKIKID.com/ask, where you can post your questions for me to answer live on an upcoming show. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Marni, so much. I appreciate all of you. You know I love you all. I'm so thankful that we were able to build a community of love and support and find another community that has the same thought process as we do, so that hopefully we can work together and have a great partnership. And hopefully someday soon we can see some of our LAKIKID families in AFK's program. Thank you so much, everyone. Until next time, remember, every child brings good luck.